Hello, today is 6/3 of 26, and I am here with a video of what I eat in a day on my keto journey. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I changed my diet to a high protein, moderate fat, low carb diet in April of 2024. It is currently 9 o'clock, and I have just made myself some coffee. So I used 1 cup of Fairlife whole milk and made myself a latte in my little fancy machine. And then I added to it some of this Be Well protein powder. So it's a beef protein powder, vanilla flavored. I find that, like, I tried it all on its own, and it just feels like a really good base for things. And so I wanted to try it, like, mixed in with my coffee today, just to, I don't know, I just felt like doing something a little different with my coffee today. But it doesn't blend in very well. Even when I use my immersion blender, it just did not blend in very well. So I actually do have to use like my whole big blender, which is kind of like a downfall, right? Like now I have this whole blender that I have to clean to have my coffee. So it's not something I'll probably be doing often, but like I wanted to try it. So let's see what it tastes like. That is really, really good. Yeah, that is delicious. I like that a lot. It's not an overpowering flavor to it. It's just really mild and but like enhances the flavor of the coffee. That's really good. Okay, so my husband misses blueberry muffins, and we've tried a few recipes, and it's just not the same. So I am going to try making it using this King Arthur's keto wheat baking flour. So it has 14 carbs with 10 fibers, so 4 net carbs per quarter cup serving. It is made with vital wheat gluten, modified wheat starch, King Arthur unbleached flour, which is a wheat flour and an enzyme, whey protein concentrate, cellulose and psyllium fiber blend, cellulose gum, and then xanthan gum. So I know for a lot of people, they're trying to avoid wheat. It's an inflammatory food. I totally understand that. And I will try these, but really I want to be able to make them for my husband and have it be a better option for him than like a traditional blueberry muffin. I'm going to use a recipe that I made pre my change in diet. It would be the recipe that I would have used to make blueberry muffins. I'm just going to use this, and then I'm going to use a monk fruit allulose blend for the sweetener. I have weighed out 2 cups of the flour and 3/4 of a cup of the monk fruit allulose blend. I'm going to add to this a half teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of cinnamon, and then a tablespoon of baking powder. And I'm just going to mix these all together. So just like a traditional, muffin recipe, you mix the dry ingredients together first, and then you mix the wet ingredients together. However, I am going to, this is kind of like a little trick that I found. I'm going to add a little bit of this mixture to a bowl, just like maybe a tablespoon, and then add in my blueberries to that and mix them up. And the reason that I do that is so that my blueberries don't just all kind of sink to the bottom. So I need a cup of blueberries. And then I will just kind of mix this up so that the blueberries can get coated in that flour mixture. And then I'll set those to the side. And I will work on my wet mixture. So the original recipe calls for vegetable oil. I'm going to use avocado oil instead. I need a 1/4 cup. And then I need 3/4 of a cup of whole milk. So of course I'm going to use Fairlife whole milk because it has twice the protein and half the carbs. And then I need a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, which like real lemon juice, like if I squeeze lemons, that would be fantastic, but I just don't have any lemons. So I'm just going to use bottled lemon juice. And like I said, I need a quarter cup. So this mixture of this lemon juice with the milk is going to make buttermilk. Okay, and then I need 1 egg. And I will just get these all blended together. And then add the 2 mixtures together. And you don't want to overmix it. That's something you just don't want to do with muffin recipes. You just want to mix it until it is fully combined. And I think this makes 6 muffins. I didn't write it down in my recipe, so I'm not positive, but I think that it makes 6. Okay, and then I will add in my blueberries. And just kind of fold those in. I really hope this works out. Okay, and then of course I will just fill my muffin tin. My muffin tins are filled. I actually think I could have filled them a little less. I did add more to the top and made like 2 more muffins. All right, I'm going to bake these at 400 degrees for 22 to 24 minutes. They're out of the oven after, let's see, 26 minutes. And they still, I'm not sure. Baking on this lifestyle is really difficult. So I'm pretty sure they're done. I did use the toothpick test, but I used the toothpick test for the brownies too, and they were still wet. These do feel like not quite as firm as I think they should be, but they're also pretty dark, like, and starting to smell like they're starting to burn. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I have cut it open. I found that I couldn't really get it out of the um, wrapper. Like the wrapper just doesn't want to pull off. It just wants to stick. Now it could be that it needs more time, so I will wait for the other ones. But looking at the inside, like they don't look done to me. So I guess I'll stick them back in. Maybe it needs a lower temperature. And it was 400 degrees, so maybe they need to bake at a lower temperature with this flour. I'm gonna try that. They just need to bake longer, but they're so dark on top. All right. While I am waiting for that, I am going to go ahead and make my lunch. So this is actually something I've made several times before, but it has been a while. Like I think it might be even like a whole year since I have had it. And it's supposed to be an oatmeal, but instead I use seeds. I will link to this recipe in the description below. However, I am changing it a little bit. So I'm starting with 1 cup of almond milk. Normally, I only use 3/4 of a cup, but it depends on which protein powder I'm using. If I'm using any other brand of protein powder, I will use 3/4 of a cup. But today I am going to use a Keto Chow brand. This is chocolate toffee, which to me tastes like caramel or like a little kind of mapley. And when I use Keto Chow, I need more liquid. Like Keto Chow just makes things really thick. So I'm going to use 1 cup of that. And then I have a 1/4 cup of unsweetened shredded coconut, 3 tablespoons of whole flaxseed. And I have tried making it with uh, like crushed or ground flaxseed, and it's just not as good. And then I need 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts. Okay. And I'm going to add just a pinch of salt. And then mix them together and then heat them up. So the original recipe says to like add in the protein powder and then heat it up in your microwave if you're going to heat it. It actually, I think, says cold is better, which I guess would make sense. But if you're going to heat it, which is how I like mine, you want to wait to add the protein powder if you're using a like whey based protein powder, because the whey will just dry it out. So I want to get this all warmed up first and then I'll add my protein powder. All right, now I will add my 41 grams and get this stirred together. Oh man, it smells good. And voila, it's a great oatmeal consistency. This is like exactly how I would want to have my oatmeal. Okay, I have pulled these out again. They do feel firmer now. I am concerned about how dark they look. I'll let them cool and then we'll see. Okay, so like the edges are definitely burnt, like it is black there. It was a little easier to get the wrapper off, sort of. Like I have the top half and then I have quite a bit of it left here in the bottom. And it's partly because this top is like really tough. Like it's kind of hard to even like tear it. It doesn't, I don't know. It's just a little tough. All right, so I'm just going to try it. I'm pretty disappointed. It's pretty flavorless, which seems weird. I'm pretty disappointed. Yeah, I mean, it needs salt for sure. Um, maybe like some vanilla extract. This recipe just does not work with this flour. It is 2 o'clock. I just got back from the gym. I did heavy core. It was fantastic and really hard. And then I was on the stair stepper for an hour at level 6. So I got a lot of cardio in today. Um, I am now drinking some electrolytes. So this is a Salty brand, which is a Keto Chow product. This one is Endless Summer. Their flavors are really, really strong. So I would suggest if you're going to try them to get like a variety pack to see what you're going to like, because some of them are just a bit much. But I do like their cocoa and I like this Endless Summer. I want to try, they have like a blue raspberry one, I think, that I want to try sometime too. And I am also eating a pickle for even more salt, and it just sounds delicious. Probably because of the salt. We are going to go out to dinner tonight. We're going to go to my husband's favorite barbecue place, and I will probably get brisket. He says I like their brisket, so that's probably what I'll get. I did have brisket at the barbecue place. I also had some of their coleslaw, which didn't have a thick dressing on it. It was a pretty thin dressing. And I'm sure they put sugar in it because most places do, but I wouldn't have eaten very much of it because like the dressing just kind of was in the bottom of the bowl and I just ate like the cabbage part. So I did log it as regular coleslaw because what else am I going to do? But I probably did have fewer carbs than, and probably a few less calories too, but that's okay. So I ended up with about 2,200 calories. My protein is 153. My net carbs are 36 and my fat is 141, mostly because of that brisket, which was absolutely delicious. My caloric deficit is safe, so that's great. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.